Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. I sit here. And today, I will be reacting to my subs' K-pop opinions. This is my first time doing this type of video, so hopefully I do this right. Before we start, these opinions will be anonymous. I also chose opinions that I actually have knowledge about and that I can give my views on, so not all of the opinions that was submitted will be in this video. And this is no hate to any idol or group whatsoever. I am simply giving my take on other people's opinions. So please, don't get mad at me if I agree or disagree with an opinion you have a different view on. We can all have it, of course, discuss it and share our thoughts, but we can so that without being rude and disrespectful to others. Alrighty, now, let's get into the video. The first opinion here says, NCT and ARMYs need to be called out more, and says they are the worst fandoms. I can partly agree, only because I haven't dealt much with NCT and the ones I have come across were all nice and respectful. ARMYs though, they are a different breed. But I do feel like ARMYs are called out a lot. You can look on YouTube and they will always talk about the toxicity of both ARMYs and blinks. Actually, not just on YouTube, but on most social media platforms. Even non-K-pop fans have hatred towards them, because of how toxic they are. This opinion says, people should stop with the hate on NCTs. This person says they know there are many toxic NCTs, but it's mostly them who are on apps like Twitter, and this I agree. I saw a tweet yesterday of two NCTs fighting over who did a pose better. I feel like apps like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok are breeding grounds for the toxicity in the K-pop fandoms. Opinion 3 says, people need to stop acting like 4th gen have not done anything for K-pop, and I wholeheartedly agree. We get the impact groups like BTS and Blackpink have made. But look at groups like aespa, IVE, New Jeans, G-Idol. Opinion 4 says, K-pop groups changing their style doesn't mean they are falling off. I partly agree with this, and here's why. Sometimes, a group changing their style is not really a great move strategically. What's the point of changing the style if it doesn't benefit the group or changes the quality of their music, for example? Next opinion says, T's comebacks get boring after 4 listens. I personally disagree. As long as I don't overplay their songs, then I'm all good. They do have good music, but I feel like overplaying them is just gonna make me lose interest. This one here says, Kepler's Goody wouldn't have been received as well if the music video was ugly as We Fresh. I disagree. We Fresh music video wasn't ugly in my opinion. But I think Goody wouldn't have been well received if the music video was boring. Let's take Les Seraphim's Fearless for example. I believe the song wasn't as well received because how plain, boring, and how low budget the MV was. On to opinion number 7. It says here, y'all complain when a group's songs are the same, but then want them to go back to their original songs when they try something different. I agree so much. Let's take nmixx for example. People weren't a fan of their mixed pop concept, and wanted them to change their sound. But then when they did change their sound, people were asking them to go back to their original sound. This also applies to itzy. People sadly, will never be satisfied. No matter how many times groups try to meet the wants of fans, they won't be satisfied. The 8th opinion says, the choreo for Bite Me really doesn't match the song, and the hate they got for having and interacting with female dancers was unnecessary. For the choreography part, I disagree. I thought it fit well with the song really well as the concept of it and lyrics. I do think the parts for Come Here and Get Some could have been better. It kind of was weird. And for the female dancers, I agree. You have to be some kind of delusional if boy groups having female dancers triggers you, to the point of using protest trucks to remove them lol. If anything, the best part of the whole choreography is when they do dance, and interact with the female dancers. And these aren't Europas. So please, find other things to worry about than some group having backup dancers. Opinion 9 says, The hate Hyun was been receiving is dumb and undeserved. She entered the industry at such a young age, just for people to refuse to stan her in the group because of her age. First off, let me say, I am so sorry I accidentally didn't get the whole opposite. As you can see, some stuff was cut, and I had already deleted the post, so I wasn't able to retrieve it. But, I will give my opinion based on what I did screenshot. I do agree that Hyun has been getting undeserved hate. How do you have the conscience to actually bully and harass a 15-year-old girl? You really know you have way too much time on your hands if you have the time to bully young teenage girls. But, I do think people have a valid reason not to stan her, or New Jeans in general. Let's use myself as an example. I am in their age range, and Hyun is only 4 years younger than me. But, I don't stan the girls only because of their weirdo CEO. And I don't want her or adore making money off of sexualizing, exploiting, and nmixx Hyun uses the girls just to draw attention to herself. I just can't support a group whose manager and creative director is problematic and creates controversies, even though the girls don't even need it. They're big enough to gain attention themselves. But back to what I was saying, it's pretty valid for people not wanting to stan a group full of young girls. But, I do agree people need to stop hating on Hyun just for her age, because that's so stupid. Opinion number 10 says, can we stop speculating on Moonbin's death, and let Korean law enforcement do their job? I agree wholeheartedly. I do get people wants to know what happened. But making accusations or speculating on what happened to Moonbin is just wrong and disrespectful. Just let the authorities make their investigations, and let them do their job. Before I go to the next opinion, rest in peace Moonbin, you will always be loved, and will be greatly missed. The next one says, Yena's hate Rodrigo was made with good intentions, but executed in the worst possible way. At first, I didn't agree, but now looking back, I actually do. This situation is what I would call marketing gone wrong. The first thing that was off was the title. Hate Rodrigo might have gotten her the attention, but not the good kind. I think this whole thing could have been avoided if they changed the title. The concept and everything was great. And I get Yena wanted to pay homage to someone she is a big fan of, but that isn't the way to do it. The title either should have jealous of Rodrigo, or hate XX. Either one would have been perfect, wouldn't have caused an issue, and overall, the song would be loved as it should be. Yena, and her team, should have maybe thought more on the idea, before going through with it. Opinion 12 says, OMG by New Jeans, got old real quick. I personally agree. I think for me in general, their songs don't age well. Like their songs are good for like 1 to 2 weeks, and then I'm bored. Like their songs are okay good, but the longevity of their songs are not that great. But of course, this is just me. Opinion number 13 here says, it's okay not to defend your idol, when they do something problematic. I agree. It's okay to call your faves, when they do something they shouldn't have. Let's say if your idol has done something racist, it's okay to call them out on it. It lets them know that, just because we love you, doesn't mean we will protect you, and won't hold you accountable for something. Lets them know they can't get away with stuff, you know. So yes, it's good thing to call your faves out, if they actually deserve to be, not based on accusations with no proof. Our last, and final opinion here says, hating on Blackpink, and stalking BTS has become normalized and it's scary. I agree so much. Let's talk about Blackpink hate first. I do get the criticism the group has gotten. They deserve criticism where it is due, but the hate towards them is too much, and quite frankly, seems forced. What does hating on groups even do for you? Gives you some kind of power or something? Like I don't even understand most of the hate Blackpink get as a whole. Now on to BTS, this makes me sad. This group was my first pop group, first boy group, got me into K-pop. It's so sad to see ARMYs violating the members' privacy. Even RM has spoken about how the fandom isn't what it was. And that should tell you something, if it applies to you. Stop violating their privacy, stop worrying if they are dating or not, stop treating these grown men like they are babies, Like Jungkook has already expressed, he can take care of himself. BTS as a whole doesn't need their fandoms constantly in their business, and constantly treating them like babies. And that is all of the opinions. Thank you guys, you have submitted opinions for me to react and respond to. I am currently thinking of some ideas on what video I should do next. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have made it to the end, then congratulations. You get a cookie. Love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.